Alright, just wanted to come on here and make a quick update video, go over what has happened with Bitcoin over the weekend. I'm actually feeling kind of sick. I have been feeling sick all weekend. That's why I haven't made much videos. I haven't been trading too much, but I have been paying attention to the charts. I just haven't been, sitting at the computer and actively trading most of the weekend. But I have been following along with what has been happening. And so far, Bitcoin is clinging on to this bullish market structure. We still technically haven't broken market structure bearish, but this has been very drawn out, a very uneventful way to hold on to market structure, I would say. So, following the 30-minute market structure from this low, we put in a higher low right here on, I guess I would call this 30-minute structure. It's easier to see that, but we put in a higher low before the higher high. And from there, we have SFP'd that low, and then we SFP'd that wick, and we have now SFP'd that wick again. Yeah, I would say we SFP'd this wick as well, because the wick that actually SFP'd it first did not, and then we had another SFP of that wick. So we still technically have not closed below the point which would be considered a break in market structure, at least with this way of looking at it. I'm sure maybe some other people would consider this a break because, I don't know, this 4 SFPs in a row is not really a great way to hold on to structure. So, I don't know. But if you want to consider it a break, if you want to say, okay, after 3 SFPs of the low, if that doesn't work and we SFP it a 4th time, then whatever, I'm just considering it a break. And then from there, I'm focusing on market structure on the way down. If you want to consider that, or if you want to just take the market structure, the internal market structure from this way down, we did technically just break it bullish. So we had lower highs and lower lows. We put in a lower high here before this lower low, and then we came up to break this. Now this is a little weird as well, because maybe you can say we broke structure here even though we SFP'd it because we eventually came up to break above that wick. So then this would be considered the higher low. And then from here we just SFP'd this low, I believe. Let me put a horizontal line there. On the 15-minute we did not, but on the 30 we did. So yeah, I would consider this 30-minute structure if we're going with that. Or you maybe can just consider this one leg to the upside and then a higher low being put in. I'd probably say that'd be fair to say, since if you're going with either structure, we're still technically bullish. At least going with the internal structure of this downtrend, I would say we have flipped it bullish and so far are maintaining that. So there's a chance that, we begin an uptrend, that we are able to hold on to this market structure after SFPing it a million times, and that, we just continue on with some bullishness here. And even though this has been a really weird, week or so with Bitcoin, yeah, it has been a week since we've been doing this basically, even though it's been really drawn out and it looks like Bitcoin's just barely holding on to bullish market structure here, there is still a chance that the bullish case ends up playing out. There is technically still some Wyckoffs here. You can call that a Wyckoff Model 1. You can even call it a Model 2, since we SFP'd this wick, came up to break structure, and then we got this wick for a tap 3. So, there is a possibility that, things are just getting really drawn out and that, eventually this high up here will be targeted. And I'd say bearish case scenario is that we eventually make our way down to this low and are actually able to close down below it. We don't SFP it for a 5th time. If we're actually able to close below it, then there's a good chance that we'll make our way down to the 4-hour higher low. And yeah, if we break this bearishly, then things are obviously becoming more bearish. And if I am hoping for bullishness, then I really wouldn't want to lose this low now. I would want to see us continue with an uptrend here. Because I don't have very high hopes that if we make our way down to this low that we'll be able to hold it, that we'll be able to flip market structure back bullishly before taking it out, or that we SFP it. I think the more probable scenario is that we lose this low, just because on the higher time frames we are due for a retracement, and if Bitcoin continues to show weakness, then I think there's a good chance that happens pretty soon. So right now, I am still trading with a bullish bias, since we did break this bullishly, and even following this structure, we are still technically bullish. So I did take a long down here, and I am very close to locking that in actually. So yeah, I just hit my first TP on this trade. Basically, I just traded market structure. I got in on this market structure break, and basically my idea was enter as soon as we break this high, stop loss down below the market structure point. And, if we start to SFP this high, if I entered a little early and we end up SFPing it, I usually exit the trade and then I'll wait for, a break of the wick to kind of confirm a break in market structure. And with this one, we did get a little retracement after I entered, but on pretty much every time frame, we did actually break this market structure here, if I can line that up. So we did get a break on the 5-minute. On the 15-minute, we closed above it. And, I'd say the 15 minutes probably the last time frame you can even consider the structure. The stuff before it, you can't really consider it structure. It's really cluttered. So, I wouldn't even really be paying attention to the 15. I'd call this more 5-minute. And, either way, we did get a close above it. So I was willing to keep my stop loss down below the market structure point, willing to bet that the structure continues. And that, if we do get a retracement here, that it'll just be for a higher low. And so now I have de-risked this trade. I've put my stop loss to below this point now, because if we start to lose that, I don't want to be in the trade anymore. And I did actually just take out a little bit more profits up there just to secure a break even. So yeah, if we keep on pumping here, I did mark out some areas of resistance, more so for long targets, just areas where I might TP at. This is like a little order block area or an area of supply. Bitcoin just kind of consolidated around here for a little bit. It is right on top of the range lows. This is, a level I've had out for resistance. The golden pocket's also in this area. So I would, consider taking profits here if we start seeing something bearish. I may even look to short this if we get a market structure break in this area, but more so looking at the area for long targets. And if we get above this, then, I'll probably end up taking profits somewhere in here. I'm not going to wait for the actual high to get taken, but, my next target would be for the market structure to continue, so somewhere around that high. And I would be really interested to see if Bitcoin is able to cling on to, this internal market structure from this low, because that could signify that the higher low from this larger term structure is being put in here. I think, if we continue structure here and we still technically haven't broken structure on the 30-minute, then, there's a good chance that this could be the higher low in the 4-hour structure. Alright, well, I'm going to cut this here. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next video.